Hey witches, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mimi. If you're new here, I am so excited to meet you. Today, we are going to be doing a little flip through and review of the Sacred Cycles Oracle deck. This is a new deck that just came out, and it is by Jill Pyle and Em Dewey with illustrations by Jessie White, and I am super stoked to get into this. If you saw my last video, this came in the January Goddess Provisions box, and it is stunning. It is a beautiful deck, and I can't wait to show this to you guys. So if you are interested in seeing this deck, then stay tuned. So as I said in the intro, here is the Sacred Cycles Oracle deck by Jill Pyle and Em Dewey with illustrations by Jessie White. This is a 50 card deck with a guidebook, and it is published by Hay House. On the back it says, "Your cycles are sacred. Deepen your relationship with your body's wisdom, the moon's phases, and the rhythms of Earth's sacred cycles. We are all cyclical beings, and this 50 card deck is an oracle for anyone in need of guidance, whether they experience a menstrual cycle or not." I really like the concept of this particular deck. I think that there's nothing really, or at least I haven't seen anything else quite like this on the market. So we'll just go ahead and pop this out, and here you can see the guidebook. It's a pretty nice guidebook. It's got plenty of information about each of the cards. And it has, does it have? Yes, it has a couple of spreads that you can use with this deck in particular to help you get the most out of it. My only, and this is such a small quibble, and this is very much a personal preference, but I wish that this were like a full color guidebook. I really love a full color guidebook, but still, this is far meatier than we get with a lot of guidebooks. So I love that this has a mantra with it and a journaling prompt as well, so you can get the most out of your cards as possible. And yeah, I also love, you can already tell that there's really going to be really good representation here in this deck. So let's set this aside. And let's take a look at the cards now. So here we've got the card backs. And as you can see, it's got the women from the front of the box. And here they're praying. It's almost like a lotus depiction, which I really like. And I also love this very like salmon-y color. It's just not something you see very often with decks, at least not in my experience. So I love the color palette they've chosen for this deck as well. One other thing, the cardstock is pretty good. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. For someone like me who has fairly small hands, for instance, I wear a 4 3/4 ring, so I have very, very tiny hands. I like cards that are not too thick because then it makes it hard for me to shuffle them. I also find it interesting that these cards are more the size of tarot cards versus typical oracle cards. Oracle cards tend to be a little bit bigger, a little bit, I don't want to say squarer, but a little bit wider. And these are much more in line with a typical tarot deck, which I find interesting. And I wonder what caused them to create that change, because with their Sacred Self-Care Oracle, it was the standard size. So I'm just curious what caused them to change the sizing of their deck. So anyway, I personally like it. I don't know about everybody else, but I personally like it. So it's very easy to shuffle with tiny hands, which is good because I have a miserable time shuffling basically everything. So anyway, let's get into the cards themselves and we'll take a look at them. Let me make sure that they are centered in the, there we go. Make sure they're centered here. All right, and then here we go. Here's the deck. So you have your first card here, Waxing Crescent Moon. First quarter moon. Waxing gibbous moon. Full moon. Waning gibbous moon. The last quarter moon, and I love how she's grounding in this one. The waning crescent moon. The dark moon. I know that some people use this interchangeably with new moon, so tonight is actually a new moon. So this will go up on the 2nd of February. Today is February 1st. It's in bulk, and it is the new moon or the dark moon tonight. So it's a perfect card for today. We have our blue moon. 13 moons. Oh, and it's mermaids. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. I love mermaids. Have the sun. Solar eclipse. I actually, random fact about me. So my birthday is August 21st. And so I think it was 2017 whenever there was the full solar eclipse on my birthday, and I was able to see it basically in totality where I live. So that was a very fantastic birthday. It was a beautiful like present from the universe. I love eclipses. A lunar eclipse. I'm the kind of person that goes out and looks at every celestial event that I can get my hands on. I just absolutely love it. Spring. She's blooming from the flower. Summer. Fall. This reminds me a little bit of Grandmother Willow from Pocahontas, with the woman in the tree giving her knowledge. Winter. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, this is such a cozy candle. Or not candle. This is such a cozy card. There's candles on it. That's beautiful. Menstruation. And again, I know that there are plenty of people who do not menstruate who are going to want to use these cards. And this really is about cycle. So they've included, you know, things about menstruation in here, but there's so much more than that as far as cycles go with this card, with this deck. Follicular phase. I love that she's got rolls on her body like that. Just beautiful body representation here. Ovulation. Luteal phase. The maiden. The mother. Oh, she's breastfeeding. I love it. Freaking love it. The Empress. The Wild One. I love how she's dancing in the woods around the fire. The Crone. Conception. Pregnancy. Oh, again, I just absolutely love the representation in this deck. I think it is fantastically done. Birth. Return to source. Oh, I love this. I love the colors of this card. Passion flower. Mexican sunflower. Willow tree, again, reminding me of Grandmother Willow. Motherwort. Fox. Butterfly. Oh, this is such a pretty card. Oh, look at her. Oh, that's gorgeous. Bear. Oh, I have a cat named Bear, so anything bear related always just warms my heart a little bit. Wolf. Again, with the body and racial representation. Here for it. Red tent. I love this. And I love this imagery because back in, I don't want to say ancient times, but in history, red tents were places where women were sent from their village when they were going through their period, essentially, because they were considered unclean. And it was a place where women would gather and they would care for one another and they would share stories and wisdom with one another. And I love the depiction of just all of these women together sharing their wisdom and creating community. Bleeding rituals, again with body representation. Menarche. Menopause. Orgasm. So this deck might make some people a little bit uncomfortable, but I think it's beautiful. I truly do. I think this is such a necessary deck. Vaginal canal. And you have the Ouroboros. Cervix. Fallopian tubes. Ovaries. Clitoris. Labia. And the last card, uterus. Seriously, I think this is such a gorgeous deck. Let me try and get all these up here. There we go. This is such a beautiful deck. It's such a necessary deck. I haven't come across any other deck that's quite like this one. And I think it's beautiful that it honors all of the cycles of our bodies, of our lives, of nature. And it doesn't hold back from depicting women and womanhood and the things that many women go through. So I think that this is just a fantastic, fantastic deck. So I think the next thing we'll do is we will do a little shuffle and pull a card and see how it reads. So actually let me grab the guidebook. It's here on the floor beside me. All right, let's try shuffle. Let me try shuffle with these nails on. Ooh. You will see how terrible of a shuffler I am. Ooh, that shuffled really nicely. Holy cow. I think it's because these are smaller, like tarot size / playing card sized cards versus your typical oracle cards. Let's do, see if anything pops out. Probably not, because these fit really well in my hands. Oh, and they're not glossy at all. They've got a nice matte finish and they slide like a dream. Let's see if anything will pop out here. Yes, no. If not, we'll just flip something over. Do one more shuffle, see what comes out. Whoop! There comes a card. Menopause. Okay. Set these cards to the side. All right. So we have menopause. Now let's see what the guidebook says about it. Menopause is card 42. It is in the ritual section. So the mantra you get is, I am rediscovering myself. It says, just as your entrance into the bleeding years is a profound and sacred time, so is this transition out of your menstrual era. The experience of perimenopause and menopause presents an opportunity to rediscover yourself and your place within the universe. You are at a milestone, a fork in the road, a doorway to infinite potential. Luckily, you are prepared for this. You have amassed so much wisdom, and your heart knows exactly what to do next. Follow your desires. Now is the perfect time to integrate the lessons you've learned and set course for the next magnificent adventure. It's time to prioritize your needs and connection to Source above all. You're ready to release what no longer serves, reinvent yourself, and rescript your life. This is also a time to shift towards connecting with the grand cycles, especially the moon cycle, to synchronize with the cosmic ebbs and flows. And the journal prompt says, what do I want the next chapter of my life to feel like? So this is fantastic for journaling. You get, like I said, a mantra. So if you want to, post that somewhere to remember, or you want to light a candle and chant it, you can. And then it's got a good bit of text as far as the card itself is concerned. I think that this is a really beautiful, fantastic deck, and I'm just so thrilled to have this. I can't wait to start using this in my practice. I've been very good and haven't touched it since the last video because I didn't want to have to rearrange everything back into order. So I am excited now to be able to utilize this in my practice. I think I'm going to take this with me tonight. Like I said, this is February the 1st that I'm filming. This should go up tomorrow, February 2nd. Today is in bulk. Today is the new moon. Today is the Chinese Lunar New Year. And some friends and I are getting together tonight to kind of work with those energies, to celebrate those energies. And I think I'm going to take this deck because obviously the Sabbats are part of the Wheel of the Year, a cycle within itself. It's new moon, again, the starting of a cycle. So I think that I'm going to take this deck with me tonight and do some readings for friends with this deck. I think that it will be a great way to kind of get in tune with the cycles. And I think that this will be a great way to get in tune with the cycles of your body. I can easily see someone using this throughout their monthly cycle. I can see someone using this throughout the cycle of the seasons or illness or nature or whatever. I just think that this is a beautiful deck. I realize it's going to polarize some people because it is very, I would say, cis female centric. But I think that there is a lot of beauty here, and I feel like anybody could really use this deck as long as they're okay with the content. So again, I'm in love with this deck. I think they did a fantastic job with it. I absolutely recommend going to get it. And let me check. The price is $21.99, so I think that's pretty good. $21.99 is pretty good. And you're getting really good quality. Oh no, did I? Oh, must have like gotten it with my nail. Anyway, you're getting really good quality cards. Like I said, they snap back really nicely. They're not glossy, they glide. They're perfect for small hands. So if you've got little hands like me, these will be the perfect cards for you. And they'll be easy to like put in your purse and carry with you. So I 100% recommend these cards. And say that if you really want them, then you should head over to goddessprovisions.com and pick up a copy. So that was the Sacred Cycles Oracle deck. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, could you please give it a thumbs up? If you really liked it, could you hit that subscribe button? And I will be back next week with another video. Stay magical.